So you know those sayings that are like, "What are the odds?" or "Things just happen for a reason." I genuinely think these things are so fucking real, and I think it's very baffling. And I know we talk about like, "Oh, what are the odds?" Like that was really crazy. Like, ha ha ha! I can't believe that happened. I I don't think enough people talk about those things like in a detailed manner because what are the odds of that happening? Like, why on earth did things like that happen? And it just really doesn't make sense. And I've had so many thoughts about this, and I'm like, is this on a spiritual level? It makes me think things like that are very real, and we don't talk about it enough. And I really think we should. And I think if we do, I think things like this can help people. And I feel like it's helped me when I think about these things, you know? Prime example of what are the odds is I have a favorite YouTuber. His name is Casey Neistat. Everybody knows who he is. He was the king of vlogs back in the day. And 2021, I started watching Casey Neistat's videos again for motivation, inspiration, you know, because I like making content, I like making people laugh, I like doing everything, engaging with a bunch of people, and I'm like, let me study the great because if you want to be great at something, you need to study the greats and then be better than them. And so I'm like, all right, Casey Neistat, binge watch, let's do it. So I'm watching his videos at like the end of 2021, and I'm getting through pretty much all of them. And then out of nowhere, he randomly decides to upload a video, which he doesn't upload videos like that anymore. Like back then, that was the case. He wasn't uploading videos. And I'm like, what are the fucking odds that I decide to watch Casey Neistat's videos again to get inspiration, and then he uploads video? And then the video he uploaded was him telling us like, hey, I'm gonna make like a master class on how I do my filmmaking, where I get my inspiration, how I film my videos, etc., etc. And I'm just like, what are the fucking odds of that? Do you know how fucking crazy that is? That literally does not make sense. Because I'm sitting there, like just like I want to be great at like making videos or just making content or just doing whatever, just being just being that type of creative person. Let me watch the most creative person I fucking know, Casey Neistat. And he decides to make a master class. That just said, do you know how baffling? It's just, I'm struggling to even talk about this because it's just so crazy. And I didn't have anybody to tell this to because who am I going to tell this to? And things like that. And so that makes me wonder, was this just the universe telling me, hey, we hear you, we see what you're doing, we know you want to get inspiration from one of the greats, we know this is what you want to create more, you want to be better at your craft. We're going to have Casey Neistat decide to just make a masterclass. It's just so interesting. And so this makes me think, is this like a manifestation thing? Is it because of the way... What I'm thinking now is that if we... And I've heard these terms before, or these structured sentences before, is that if we decide to live our life in a certain way, the life we want is going to come to us. So if you live your life, like, I don't know, if you live your life in a creative way, for instance, like, hey, I really want to be some type of creator, I want to do this, you start putting yourself in these different situations, and then the world throws itself to you, that world throws itself to you. And it's just fucking bonkers that's actually true. It's so crazy. And another prime example is like a few years ago I was investing in a lot of cryptocurrency, and I was just like, sorry, my camera died, crap. Back to what I was saying. I was trying to mention how back in the day I was really into cryptocurrency. I made that my world. I was researching, looking at everything, talking to everybody about it, trying to make it big in the crypto world. And then I was just seeing it everywhere in the world. Like I would see a random sticker on a random park bench somewhere talking about a cryptocurrency coin I was trying to get involved with. It was just like it was interesting. So I just, again, I feel like if you, whatever world you decide to put yourself in, if you make that your life, it's going to come to you, you know? It's so crazy. And a lot of people just, I just feel like we should all do that. Just put ourselves, make something your life. And if you make it your life 24/7, it's gonna come to you. So I guess that revolves around manifestation. And me and my brother, we've talked about manifestation a lot as well. Where, yes, I know it sounds so fucking stupid. Where, oh my god, let me think about this really hard, and it's just gonna work. I sound like a nutcase, but I genuinely think stuff like that is real. Like obviously it's a little bit different if you're like, oh my god, I want my football team to win. We're down by 5 points. Like, oh my god, we need to hit a field goal, get a safety. Like, I'm manifesting, we're gonna win. I feel like things like that don't necessarily work out when it comes to it. I don't know. Maybe there's some type of law that comes to that as well. Like, it can't be for minimal things like that. Maybe it's like a bigger picture thing. But I just think it's so real. Especially when you're in tight moments in your life where it's like a flight or fight thing, a live or die thing. Like, if this does not happen for you, you might be in a horrible situation. I've been in those situations. Like, I've been in bad situations in life where I'm like, dude, like, if this does not work out, I am genuinely fucked. And I don't know, believe, hope, not pray, but just really manifest this amazing thing working out for me. And 9 times out of 10, it works out. And it's just fascinating. And I don't know, I genuinely feel like a lot of us should do these type of things I mentioned in this video. Immerse yourself in a certain lifestyle that you want. Have the mindset of the person you want to be. And I think it's just, I think you can be that person. It's really fucking crazy, the things I'm saying. But I don't know. Like, another thing, like, I've heard this a lot from people, and I've tested it out myself, where like say for instance, you want to be a confident person. Say in your head, like, I'm a confident person, I'm a confident person, I'm a confident person. If you keep saying that in your head, I think you start acting that way. And it's interesting. And then when you start acting that way, it's just ingrained into your body. And then it's just like a reflex to be a certain way. It's just in your system. I've tried it. It works. And not to say like I'm doing it for like a certain type of gain or whatever, but just like I want to live my life a certain way. And having that mindset of the life you want to live helps you. It helps. Brain fog goes away when you're not thinking too hard. Also, don't think too hard on like what you want. Like, I feel like you should just know what you want. And then just do that thing. I feel like I'm really leading off topic with what I want to talk about. I have notes of of what I like to mention as well. But yeah, I mean, to sum it all up, things happening. Ah, God, something's in my eye. Things happening for a reason. What are the odds? Is it the freaking universe just like rewarding us, telling us like this is what you need to do? I fucking think so. So like, I feel like if this happens to you, if the universe is like showing you things like over and over and over, just go with it. Go with it. Immerse yourself in that lifestyle. And if you're I don't know, if you're like a struggling person and you just like, you want to be in that life, but it's really hard for you, just tell yourself in your head, like, oh, I want this, I want to be in this type of lifestyle, this is what I want, this is who I am now, let's do it. I genuinely don't think anything can stop you if that's the case. It's so, dude, it's really weird. I'm just going to be honest and just be blunt about it, this whole what are the odds thing, what the coincidence, it's just too fucking weird and odd. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know if we'll ever get a real answer on that, but just fucking believe it. That's really all I have to say. Try it out. I think it can genuinely help a lot of people. Why not?